what's happening here is, if you guys were curious and were poking around with it before, you'll notice that there are some things set up in here, and there's a couple of these slides. If I go to animations, for example, and click on the animation pane that's found over here, you'll see that I've kind of coded this a little bit. So after this is over, I encourage you to explore what's been done so you can learn a couple more animations and things like that. But we're going to work with the front slide here because there's not much going on with it. And we're going to go through the process of how to make this slide more engaging. And then when it's done, you'll have a really engaging video because I've done the other slides for you as well. So step one is we're going to add audio. And that's because we want to add narration to this video that's going to be playing back. And knowing ahead of time that I was going to be making a video, I took advantage of the notes area of PowerPoint to kind of give myself a little script for this video. So now when I record my audio, all I have to do is go to Insert up at the top of PowerPoint and go to Audio. And I'm going to do Record Audio. And basically what's going to happen is it's starting to record. And if I was a professional, I'd be trying to get ready and really set before my recording, but I'm proving to you that it's really easy to edit even after you've hit record. So I'm going to just read my script on the bottom. Hi, and thanks for coming to our webinar. We hope you enjoy this PowerPoint deck as an example of something you could use to create your own videos from. Then I'm going to hit stop and I'm going to hit OK, and that's going to give me this audio file right here. And if I go and play it back, it's going to be everything that I've been saying, which I don't want. I want to trim this. So I'm just going to trim that audio to the area that I know I was talking in, which is just this last part. And it's actually starting right about here. So I do OK on that. Now I've got the actual audio clip I need. But I don't want to stop there because it would just be in the middle of my slide. It's not really set up properly. I got to take care of that. So in the step 2, apply audio settings, you just click on your audio, you go to playback, and you'll notice up here it's going to start automatically on click. We want to start on click. We want to change that to automatically. And if we select hide during show, what that does is it makes this invisible on playback. And I maybe just have trust issues. I still like to move that off the screen down below. So when I look at this back, it's not even showing up in my previews. And I gotta move this to the front of the slide. So I drag the audio that's over here in my pane and I bring it to the top. And then I just make sure that when I play it back under animations, it starts with previous. That just starts it right away. Now when I play this back, you can't hear it, but I've recorded this and it's working with the other animations on the screen. Now we want to add animations, of course, and it wouldn't be the right way to show a video if I didn't show you how to animate. And that's really easy to do on any object that you're using in PowerPoint. You just want to click on it and you'll notice that you have an animations ability up here at the top. So we're going to try to keep this simple and just take something on the slide that hasn't been animated yet. In this case, it's this key points 1, 2, and 3. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on one of them and I'm going to hit up here for animate. And let's do maybe fly in. Yeah, but not from there, maybe from the right-hand side. Yeah, that looks better. And I like that. So if I copy the next 2, I can do the same thing. So they're all that way. And then on the animations tab, I'm not allowed to click on anything when I'm making a video. I'm going to have all of this go automatically. So I got to make sure that in that area, I've clicked on everything and I've made it not with clicks, and then I'm just gonna move them along the timeline here. I can drag them, I can use the bar up here, move them around, but essentially what I'm doing right now is just making it so it's all nice and pretty. And at any time I want, I can just kind of play that back and see if I've made any mistakes. And it looks pretty good to me. And so now that I've added the narration and the animation, I'm almost done. I'm moving on to step 4 right now of this example. That's add slide transitions, because guess what? If I go to File and I go to Export to make this video, it's going to use the recorded timings and narrations I set up, but if there's nothing there, it's going to make every slide 5 seconds. And I'm talking in every one of these slides, and I'm not talking for the same amount of time in each one of these slides. So I got to make sure that I add maybe a second to the transition of each slide longer than each one of my recorded audio. So these are all set up, but on this first slide, I noticed that the audio is about 6.5 seconds long. So what I do is I go to transitions on this slide, and I don't do on mouse click, I do after. And what did I say it was? About 6.5. So let me just do 7.5. And what that does is sets up this nice little pause after I'm done before the next slide kicks in, and so on. So I've gotten to step 4. I've been able to add audio, change the settings, animate the slide, do it how I like, and then change the transitions as well. So I am making this look more and more like a video and less like a slide. So it's time to export it. And depending on your PowerPoint version, when you go to File and Export to create your video, you're going to get something like presentation quality, or you're going to see HD. The only thing to point out here is just be aware that however you're creating your video, if it's going on a big screen, you may want a HD version, or presentation quality in my case. But if it's going to a mobile device or to an app where data amounts and file sizes are important, or if you're just having this being reviewed in your office, you may just want to create a smaller video file. The other thing I want to point out just before I click that create video is that this is a really short presentation. So there's no really reason for me to make this more than one video, but I'm very aware, and as you all are, that micro-learning is a thing. So if you're making your PowerPoints into videos, think about how you would design them for nice breaks between sections, so you could also export your video in sections to create smaller bite-sized chunk videos. So with that in mind, I'm going to File, Export, create a video. I'm choosing, in this case, low quality. I'm using the recorded timings and narrations of my presentation. So now when I go to create video, I choose which one I want, save it in my files, and you'll know your video is done because right down here on the bottom is this little progress of your video rendering. And at the end of the day, you'll have a video of your entire PowerPoint presentation.